black walnut hull, black cohosh, a little bit of an estrogenic formula. If you're having too much estrogen problems, you might not want that one. I'm real cautious with black cohosh. A lot of women are parsley. Again, this is almost a formula that's reaching out in several ways, lymphatics and stuff like that. Don't know if it's a real powerful thyroid formula. I think I would do the thyroid cytotrophin or glandular if you want to go that. If not, do the endocrine gland formula, a lot of berries. I've noticed I've been getting some bruises on my legs. I don't like that formula. I'm wondering if when your veins heal or you detox, you can get bruising. No. Matter of fact, as you're getting better, that should stop. You shouldn't still be seeing bruising at all. That should be stopping on you. So I really would probably shift a little more to the Calma Plus or some formula like that, just to pop up that parathyroid. Keep moving on your lymph system, though. Do a lot of the fruits and berries for the flavonoids. That'll strengthen vascular walls. Kelp is a good choice to supplement. Don't overly like that thyroid formula, though. It's not just a thyroid formula, and it's not one I would probably put together like that. The problem is trying to make a formula that's broad ranged and then be specific at the same time loses some of its specific power. That's why we have many formulas, because there's just too many great herbs to do that. And this formula here, no offense to whoever made it, I don't know, but not one I would consider as a real powerful formula for the thyroid. And you're getting bruising already tells me it's not very effective on the parathyroid at all. So definitely would probably go that way, especially if this is a chronic problem. I put it this way: I'd rather see you do a glandular and not risk aneurysms than to, not be able to fix that in a timely manner and risk aneurysms. You just don't want to see too much of the bruising easy. That's not a good sign at all. And this can happen in the brain, happen in the heart, it can happen anywhere. It's not just on the legs that the problem is. Veins run head to toe, and everything is systemic. So that's a concern here for you. And so I would, get more focused on that. This is X-Wolf. I don't even know how to pronounce all that. What a heck of a name there, my friend. I was born with eczema in the past. Now look at how many people have skin problems. You see that? And again, the skin, the body's third kidney. So you can see why. Sewage builds up subcutaneously, affects the dermis and epidermis. But that could suggest a low thyroid as well, where you're not getting up enough body temperature to sweat. Again, always suggestive of weak kidneys, so weak adrenal glands, a sluggish lymph system, blah, 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 blah. So, head down that road of lymph drainage. That's all you can do, because you can't topically get a remedy. Obviously, a lot of you that have had these chronic or cystic acnes and stuff realize you can't topically find a cure because it's a systemic internal problem, and you can't find a topical cure. You can find topical things that help to kind of take away some of the pain, the intensity of the acid burn, and that would be nothing but healing salves of botanicals or like fresh aloe, stuff like that. But internally is where you're going to have to do the work. To find remedy on the outside, you have to clean the inside. Didn't I just say that? Oh, no. See what I'm saying? So to have outward joy, you must find the inward joy and do the inner work. And the inner work is simply being in the now and enjoying the ecstasy of yourself as the reality of your experience, and all the drama, just that, the drama. And a drama is directly related to your desires and your focus. So unfocus and don't have desires, and you'll enjoy every moment for that moment. Let me see here. It was so severe that almost debilitating. I am 47, deadly allergic to fish. I have been tested all my life. I bet they do. We could test you some more, but it'd be better if you just head out and get your lymph system cleaned up. The only relief I get sometimes is with steroids. And see, there you're going to pop and lose your adrenals, and it's going to exacerbate the problem. It's a cat chasing its tail. The more you suppress your adrenals, the less the kidneys filter, the more lymph backs up. It's only a symptom-treating focus to make, and in the long run, just makes things a lot worse. My doc is now trying methotrexate. Ow! Stop it already. Stop it. Your doctor's trying. Yeah, it won't work either. It's just, there's nothing working. This methotrexate, nasty stuff. I know it stems from my diet. I just need quick help for something I can start to do now. Use some salves. We have a healing salve. We're probably out of it. It's sold like crazy. My beautiful salve. Look at the difference between my salves and the salves on the market. You know you're getting chemistry when you get my salves. You're getting the herb, and that's what you need, the power of the herb as a topical, but go inside. Get up on this raw food diet fast. Get to move those lymphs. Get on the grape fast and stuff, and really get your kidneys and adrenals up, because this is where you're going to need to probably use a glandular. You've taken enough steroids, you're going to keep bumping your adrenals. Pretty soon you're not going to be happy emotionally or any other way. You're going to hit a real emotional low on this, because it's all tied with that. So my friend, you'll be okay, that you got to get refocused to what's causing this problem and address that cause of it. Right now, these guys are just going to lock you deeper into a box you're going to suffer to get out of, and that's what they're doing already. They should have been able to fix you up already, but not their focus. They're treatment-based thinkers. I've discovered that I may be yeast in. But, oh, come on, everybody's got yeast in the gut. Get a parasite in and start cleaning yourself out. Move your lymph. This is a lymphatic problem, not a yeast problem. Of course you're going to have yeast problem. Doctor says, no, my skin, eyes, face, everywhere will itch. No. Oh, this is a female. Will itch like a vaginal yeast infection. Honey, you probably have a lot of yeast in there, but you take care of that with a parasite M. At the same time, you have to move lymph to get that final yeast out of you, but to get this acne out of you, sweetheart, you got to move lymph. You're trying to treat something you can't treat, and you can't cure through any type of treatment whatsoever. You really got to move your lymph system. Fix your adrenal glands up, get your kidneys filtering, sweetie, and you'll be okay. And do the parasite M. Get on that detox program and get that lymph moving, and you'll be okay. The more you do these things, like steroids and methotrexate and stuff like this, the more you're going to get yourself worse. So you've got to start thinking cause and getting into that lymph system. You're right on. You have yeast involvement, no question. He just doesn't understand that much. But that area of my body does not itch. It doesn't have to. Those are acids. The pain can overcome the itching. I also know party stress makes my condition worse. Well, because anytime you shut down your adrenal glands, which is what the steroids are going to do, it's going to exacerbate your symptom. Because it has the residual effect of shutting down kidneys, more lymph backing up. It's just a cat chasing its tail. So X-WOOF, CHIBICHIX. Head off of there, dear one. Get yourself cleaned up there. Get those lymphs moving, and you'll be pretty good there. I'm only going to cover one more, I think, and then I'm going to have him start putting this up here, because now this is quite a long one, but I love her. Serene 996. I am ELA, 28 years old, and this is a spiritually experience and question. I am telling this because all the so-called masters I have met so far did not have much experience and do not understand. Okay, let's find out. One morning while I was sleeping, I went to another place. I was more conscious and awake than ever before. That's definitely an out-of-body experience. You know, when you have these vivid awakenings and you're in a place that's very lucid, you're very aware, you take it for granted that that's really, because it's funny, in these dimensions, the closer you get to pure consciousness, the more real it is, and the more the physical world is just a dream, a very thick, heavy dream. It's almost claustrophobic here when you've had some of the higher worlds. You have to kind of get yourself not to think about it, because at times I can get very claustrophobic in my thinking because it's so materialistic here. It's suffocating sometimes. Okay. I was conscious and awake. Absolutely. Real was incredible. I had a beautiful body, but I could feel every cell in it, and I could think with all the cells at once. Woo-hoo! Well, you had to be either astral or causal. Those are the next two planes on top or wrapped around us. Your next finer dimension that you have a body here is your astral body or your emotional body. When you leave the physical body, generally you withdraw your attention from the physical body, and you'll feel the movement like you're traveling into your astral body. That's where you'll see your loved ones. You'll see those that have passed from the physical world still playing out their dramas. You'll see not a lot of differences. Just things are so much more beautiful. Colors are so much more intense, and more colors to be seen. And that's true with each time you withdraw your attention from one body to another body. And very real, very lucid experiences. Absolutely. Let me see. The way this body felt was more real than the one I have now. Absolutely. Well, you were more at the original design. You could have been in the causal world, which is where all of everything takes place in terms of form that we experience astrally and we experience here, and on the causal world. When you leave the causal world, you're in pure mind, and that's cosmic consciousness or Christ consciousness. There is no more form. You're formless. But your first form takes place in the causal world. That's where you really see the Trinity start. That's where you see it in both Hinduism, Buddhism, all of that. You'll see that's when the Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, all these areas of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, all these come in duality where separation of consciousness exists, and you see states of consciousness. Absolutely. I had a great experience here. Absolutely. The degree of reality was amazing, could change everything just by observing it and could feel nothing. Causal world, I'm sure. Everything I could change the color of the sky. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I was just having a conversation. I don't know if it was Dimitri or with someone about that, but you get to Paul Twitchell's books. I can't remember which one he talks about, where, the whole idea, obviously, is to let creation buff you to where when you now are the creator, you can control your worlds. Because let me tell you, you have to learn not to allow the negative forces. To have your own. You are bumping universes here, but I can take you to a place where you're only bumping your own universe, and that's where it gets intense. Kind of like what you're experiencing here, honey. Yeah, new colors I've never seen before. Oh, there's lots of them I've never seen before. I was at the 1,000-petal lotus, and it was just a buzz to be there, and it just colors you've just never ever seen here. Just an immense amount of beauty and joy and ecstasy. Enough people have these out-of-body travels and awaken in other bodies. It'll be enough to change the world more. But the world has to be somewhat unconscious to keep it moving, because no one would, pretty solidified area here. Could feel everything as I was a part of everything, because you are a part of everything. We only isolate ourselves here. The further down the totem pole of creation, figuratively speaking, of course, the more isolated you become. Absolutely. And when you start to awaken inwardly, you feel that isolation, because you know you're the Godhead. You have to be the head. You have to be the source, or you're always the seeker. And the seeker can't get out of creation because it isolates you from yourself. So you see what I'm saying?